Have you ever considered public speaking as a career? I attended some training recently, and it's really made me consider just what level of public speaking that I may like to do, because I attended in-person training from two world-class speakers. That's Liam Ryan and Adam Stott from Assets for Life organisation. They were the lead trainers, and they used delegates from their own organisation, Assets for Life, to act as group leaders for small groups of 6 or 7 people who were the students or delegates at the event. That included myself. Overall, there were more than 40 delegates present during the event. I made a lot of progress during the 3-day course, as did everyone who participated in the public speaking bootcamp. Using a proven template for public speaking event suggested by the lead trainers, Liam, Ryan and Adam Stott, with a lot of intensive effort and preparation led by their delegate coaches. I made a presentation of a 15-minute pitch of my own by the end of the 3-day course. It was quite a big transformation over the short period of time of the course, 3 days. I already had the idea and have created the online course, so it was effectively a consolidation of a lot of my previous effort in order to prepare a webinar or an in-person presentation in order to market my own course. We learned the template, the storytelling template, which comprises the following sections: command and inspire, typically 3 minutes, your story and problem identification, 4 minutes, and then your solution, 5 minutes. So overall, there's an allocation of 15 minutes for the combined combination of those 3 sections. So on the bootcamp, we rehearsed the content and presentation of each part of the total pitch. Then we rehearsed 2 parts together, and then we finally rehearsed the 3 parts of the pitch and completed a presentation over 15 minutes. So by the end of the 3-day course, we had each assembled our full presentation and each made a personal presentation to the whole group of theirs, and I presented my own 15-minute pitch. So as to memorize the 3 parts, I prepared the following notes, which I memorized and used as a prompt for my pitch, although we were not allowed to refer to our notes during the pitches to the other members of the group. So each of the delegates had a different idea for their own niche and business offering, and these ranged widely in terms of subject matter and target audiences. But the common factor was that we all used the same presentation template. So what this demonstrated was just how effective the formula and template were, because each person successfully applied that formula to their own subject matter. I also learned from Liam Ryan and Adam Stott just how much potential there is for using public speaking as a vehicle to increase your own earnings. There are 5 levels of speaking, which are: 1, speak to teach. So you're effectively teaching other people the skills that you have, the knowledge that you have to impart to them. Speaking to sell, where you're influencing potential customers to buy your service or product. Level 3 is coaching, where you're actually coaching people on the knowledge that you have and to sell and to teach. Lead coach, where you're coaching the coaches, and as an expert speaker. And then there are various levels of expert speaker, and the very top of the tree can earn fantastic amounts of money because they can be paid to attend events and speak in public to the audience assembled there. So the levels of earnings possible from the above skills vary from the lower to the upper end, but literally at the upper end they're almost limitless, because you can sell one to many, and depending on the value of the product or service you're selling, if it's a high ticket offering to one to many, and you've got thousands of people in the audience either in person or on webinars, then and you've got a conversion rate of 20 to 30%, which is typical for a webinar, then you could have massive earnings. Obviously, if you've got a $10,000 product and you've got 1,000 people, you've got the potential to earn 10 times that amount of money, and you've got a conversion rate of, depending on if it's in person or in webinar, up to 30%. So massive amounts of money are possible on a 90-minute webinar. And I've known met speakers who have actually earned this sort of money, one of which would be Liam Ryan or Adam Stott. They're both world-class speakers. So the possibility, if you had even a $5,000 product or service to a live audience of 2,000 people, you could have 5,000 times 2,000 times 20% is $2 million potential revenue from sales. And if it were a $500 product, then you could have potential to earn 200,000 using the same proportions figures. So it probably takes some considerable time to build that level of expert speaker skill, but everyone has to start somewhere. So even starting at the bottom of the ladder, speaking to teach, you can earn money from doing that by offering your services to trainers who need the sort of expertise that you have. So some speakers don't only operate on their own. They collaborate with other business people, and by collaboration and joint ventures, you can actually build the number of people that you present to. So if you collaborate with someone who has a database of customers who you don't have access to, but they have access to, you can joint venture with them, share the proceeds 50-50, and you get access to a new audience and they get access to a new sales opportunity. So it's actually quite a win-win situation for both joint venture partners. So that's really the way to increase your earnings from public speaking. So there's no limit to the number of joint venture partners or collaborators that you can operate with. So I'm just going to go through quickly the structure of the course. I won't go through every detail, but the structure is firstly command and inspire. So you ask the audience to raise your hand if you would like to keep your property investment funds 100% secure and safe, for example. Raise your hand if you would like to keep your property investment fund 100% safe and secure, and also have the opportunity to earn extraordinary returns on your investment. So next part is the pain points. So possibly you are in this situation at the moment. There's a low level of security on your investment. You've got uncertain returns on your investment, and you've got low or no prospect of extraordinary returns on your investment. And then the gain points. Imagine that you could be in a situation in the future where you had 100% secure and safe investment, definite returns of 8 to 10% on loans, so it's 10 times the normal bank savings interest rate, and the possibility of extraordinary returns on your investment for joint ventures, typically 25% plus. And then you go into a bridge. Well, obviously, if you're in the current situation where you've got low level of security on your investment, uncertain returns, and low or no prospect of extraordinary returns on your investment, you want to be in the new situation where you've got 100% secure and safe investment, definite returns of 8 to 10% on loans, and the possibility of extraordinary returns. To get that transformation, would you agree with me that you need a new vehicle? Of course you do. So that is the bridge from the current pain points to the future new method, the new prospect that you're offering with your solution. And then you talk about the topic, and in this case my topic is project management is the key to property development success, because it enables control of budget and timescales, leading to on-time and in-budget delivery, which leads in turn to security of funds. It ensures that you can make the guaranteed returns on investment for loans, and it enables the extraordinary profits that are possible for joint ventures. And in addition, it also offers the opportunity to snowball your investments, enabling you to have fast growth of your savings and high returns continually. So the time is now. There's massive uncertainty in the property market in the UK at the moment for the following reasons. There's a recession in the UK economy. If inflation is running at 10% plus, there's lack of demand for commercial property, there's lack of affordability for new mortgages, there are high interest rates which have increased further, and stricter bank lending criteria. And additionally, there's a critical housing shortage, which is ensuring there's high demand for residential property. So now is definitely the best time to invest in UK property while the conditions are favourable. It's the one time in 20 years. There won't be another time like it for another 2 decades. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about today, as I've managed scores of property development projects in the UK and internationally. I wrote a book about my experience called Project Deliverance, the 20 Key Factors for Project Success or Failure, which is an international bestseller. The majority of these projects went smoothly, but it wasn't always the case. Have you ever been in a position where you thought you had everything right, but in fact things were far from right? Have you ever had a tiger by the tail? Let me take you back to March 2012 when I was the project director on a massive mixed-use development in Azerbaijan, and was informed by the client that he'd been in secret negotiations with another contractor, not the one he'd declared that he was negotiating with, and that in fact not only had he negotiated, but he's also signed up to a new form of contract prepared by that contractor to deliver the project. As you can imagine, I was surprised, and as work proceeded on the project with the new contractor that the client had signed up to in secret, progress was not satisfactory, and the new contractor was terminated around a year later. So can you imagine the client's surprise when he subsequently received a claim for more than $200 million for unpaid costs and lost profit on that project from that contractor whose services had been terminated? The contractor had included a clause in the contract which the client had signed, enabling the contractor to make a claim in the event that the client terminated the contract for convenience, i.e. without a good reason. Obviously, there was no provision for $200 million worth of contractors' claims within the project budget of $1.5 billion. That was investors' potential returns, which would be lost. This is coming out of the profit from the project. So the claim went to the International Court of Arbitration in London, and it took around 2.5 years to resolve and incurred significant costs for the client, probably more than $15 million. And even more costs for the contractor who was bringing the case against the client. Fortunately for the client, I had records in my personal diaries about all of the significant meetings during the previous time. We managed to prove to the tribunal that there was no termination for convenience. The termination was for lack of performance, and this was proved by the records that myself and my team had kept, including personal diaries where I'd made handwritten notes of what occurred every day for literally 3 years during the critical period of this project. So this is a clear example where the employment of a project manager saved the client a massive sum of money, the potential to lose $200 million plus on a claim as a result of a mistake that had been made. It's a clear demonstration of the value of employing a project manager to manage and protect your property investment fund, i.e. there are no losses to investors. The project management process enables you to control the project costs and timescales and optimize the returns on investment by project delivery at the right time within budget, and thus releasing the building assets for beneficial use for either sale or rental purposes to get money back from all the investment. So my belief is that project management is the key to property development success, and that is why I created the 5-step property development success system, which helps property investors to go from uncertain property investment aspirations with no proven system, to successful property development and achieving high returns on property investment. The 5 steps are: 1. Site finding. 2. Preliminary design and feasibility. 3. Site acquisition and planning permission. 4. Marketing and sales. 5. Design and construction. So we offer a done-for-you option, which enables you to pass over all of this process to us. You give us the brief about your strategy and what you're looking for in terms of returns on investment, and then we will do a proposal to you for carrying everything out for you. And then also, if you want to carry out something yourself, then we will do it with you. So we do a done with you option, where we support you for a period of time while you progress your project. So in order for this, for you to access this, then you need to go to the link in the description below. So what I've given you here is my presentation of my pitch, using the template that Liam Ryan and Adam Stott had given us. So you can do the same exercise with your own specialism, with your own experience and your own expertise. And what I'm suggesting is that you could consider public speaking as a career in one of the levels that we've identified, either speaking to teach, speaking to sell, coaching coaches, or as an expert speaker. And if you speak to teach, you could probably earn up to $500 a day. Obviously, it depends on the location and the numbers of people you're teaching. If you speak to sell, you can probably earn up to $2,000 a day, and use webinars to help you to sell one-to-many. With coaching, you can probably earn up to $5,000 a day, especially using webinars and selling one-to-many. And similarly with lead coaching coaches, you can earn up to $10,000 a day using webinars to sell one-to-many. Remember, you've got a worldwide market on the internet. And as an expert speaker, if your skills are sufficiently high, the sky is the limit. You do get massively wealthy speakers who are paid large sums of money to speak at in-person events, or in fact to speak on webinars as well. And you've seen this develop, particularly since COVID struck, where public speaking is a real opportunity, because you can take your existing skills and experience and you can sell this to other people who are in need of such skills and experience, and you get paid for your knowledge, but you get paid obviously from different people, so you're getting paid multiple times for imparting your knowledge to a large number of individuals. So that's why you could consider public speaking as a career path. If you're interested in knowing more about this, then I'll leave a link in the description box below, and you can always call me, that's Alan, on 07539141257 or +44 7539141257, or you can ring me on a landline, +44 333 224 1257. You can schedule a call with me at calendly.com/AlanJE, or you can just drop me an email at alan@alpusgroup.com, and we can have a discussion about this, and I'll give you guidance about what the next steps are. That's all for now. Cheers.